Hey guys, welcome back to the Arsenal career mode. Welcome back to the transfer window in the Arsenal career mode. I asked for your feedback at the end of the last episode because we had a transfer dilemma. That being, we'd had a sizable bid, or a notable bid at least, for our number one centre-back, or one of our best centre-backs. He is our highest rated defender at 84, Gabriel. And the bid has come in from Real Madrid of £49 million. Now, you guys in the comment section have said that A, Gabriel is kind of one of Mikel Arteta's rocks at the back, and I would agree, and B, you don't normally sell in January unless it's for an extortionate price. The highest thumbs up comment was basically saying that. You don't normally sell in January, but if you do, it's going to go for an extortionate price. And there were numerous comments mentioning the figure 70 million. Or up. Anything under than 70, no dice. So, that was the general consensus from the comment section. My chief executive reckons its market value is between 45.7 and 67. But we will negotiate as it's Real Madrid. But because it's January, and because he's our highest rated centre-back, we will not be accepting anything under than 70. If they don't come up near 70, then he's absolutely not leaving. And I will start punchy. 77 million. Please, Mr. Ancelotti. That is as low-ish as I'm about to... You've offered 49 again. You see what you've done there, Carlo? That's called not negotiating. Negotiating is where I barter something, you have a comeback, I come back again, and we find a common ground. 53. I tell you what, doesn't look like Gabriel's going anywhere, does it? You guys want 70 mil. I will offer 70, and 70 is my final offer, Carlo. You either accept this, or he's done. Nope, sorry we couldn't make it work. It's not going to happen. That's fine. That's fine. Gabriel, for the time being, and hopefully for the longer term, stays. So, we go from that into the first game of the day, actually, which is Fulham at home. We've then Birmingham away from home in the Cup, and then Leeds at home in the league. 3 games today that we should be winning. Obviously, very frustrated to have lost out to Nottingham Forest in the 3-2 game in the last episode yesterday. Still quite annoyed about that. Fulham midweek, Birmingham away and Leeds at home. Certainly 3 winnable games. So let's go and do 3 wins, shall we? The gap to Spurs is now 6 points, but they've played a game more. So we can close it back up. And obviously, the one that we're most interested in at the moment is just the gap to 4th, which is 2 points. So I'll go to a pre-match conference. Our morale is already quite high, but we'll see if we can raise it a little bit further. As ever, please do drop the video a like to show that you're enjoying the save, and please leave your comments in the section down below. Of course, we have to plan for the summer transfer window as well. It does look like you guys are going to be getting more than one season here at Arsenal. My initial intention, of course, was to only have this as a one season all or nothing. But the support's been great, and I want to reward you guys by giving you a second season. So as it stands, we will have a second season, but you will need to continue the support for the save, basically, because it's a numbers game, this YouTube one, and views mean that you get to continue to see what you want to see. You want to see more Arsenal? Keep watching. Alright, I'm going to keep scoring goals and hopefully not concede many. Let's go and play Fulham. Fulham then in a deeper 4-2-3-1. Bernd Leno, Kevin Mbabu, Diop, Adarabioyo and Anthony Robinson at the back. Palhinha and Reed holding. Harry Wilson on the right-hand side. Solomon on the left. Pereira at cam. And Mitrovic up top. They do have Willian on the bench, as well as Vinicius to call upon, or Kenny Teta at right back. Bobby Decordova-Reid they could go to up top. We're at full strength for this. We can't afford to be dropping too many points at the moment. I want to make sure we get top 4 in the league so we can play Champions League football next season. And whilst, yes, we will still focus on the Europa League, at the moment there is no Europa League football. So our 2 focuses are the FA Cup and the Premier League. And we can hopefully put ourselves in a position where we can then, when the Europa League comes back up, focus on that and not have to worry too much about maximising every Premier League result, because we'll have built up ahead of steam. That is the current plan. It's a lovely ball by Andreas Pereira, though, round the corner to Alexander Mitrovic, who has runners around him. Andreas finds Mitrovic again. Saliba's in the way of that shot. Palhinha finds Harrison Reed. He's got options left. He's gone back to Palhinha, who goes for goal himself. It's comfortable for Ramsdale. First chance for Fulham, but that was very easy for the goalkeeper. Get that down the line. We'll try and quickly catch him going the other way. Gabby's going to look to get in behind here, but I tell you what, Issa Diop, quite quick. Fulham have the worst away record in the entire division. And doing things like that is probably why. Here comes Bukayo Saka! He doesn't do that very often, but he's done it here, and we're very glad of it, because we now lead by a goal to nil. And the reason Fulham have the worst away record in the league is because they keep doing that. Shooting themselves in the foot. Wasn't even that good a finish. Here's Mbabu around the outside for Fulham. He's going to have the strength on Kieran Tierney, that's for sure. Harry Wilson probably shouldn't have shown him onto his left foot, actually. Palhinha, Reed. Andres Pereira's wound up for a power shot, and that's the first time I've seen a power shot saved, actually. Ramsdale makes the stop. He's headed towards that bottom left-hand corner, but the keeper was across to it. Gabby Martinelli's up for this. Keeper thought about coming, didn't. Another corner for Fulham. Pressure is on. Let's get rid of it, please. Gabriel up against Mitrovic here. That's where it's headed, and it's Tomiyasu that clears. Harrison Reed could have shot that first time. Adarabioyo through the gap. Overplayed. Out for a goal kick. 20 minutes in, we still lead. Whoever it is that keeps coming back with that banner, they absolutely love it. I swear it's the only banner they ever have in the crowd. It's just Freddie Ljungberg's face. Tomiyasu brings that down. You can see the space for Gabby Jesus there and Ødegaard. And then across here for Yuri Tielemans. It's just not great marking at all, is it, from Fulham. Dinked into the middle, and Zinchenko, with the diving header that very nearly found the back of the net. Why he went with the diving header, I'm not sure. Could have quite comfortably volleyed that towards goal, but diving header it was, but wide it went. It's poor from Fulham again. Saka will look to turn provider this time, and Martinelli buries. I'll take the gifts. Every single time. Gabriel Martinelli with the goal. 2-0. Bukayo Saka with the assist this time. And continually, Fulham are doing it to themselves. Running around chasing shadows at the minute. Saka just too strong. No, Robinson managed to ride it. And that's a nice ball into Mitrovic. And I was ready for that through ball, but I couldn't get there. Thankfully, Andres Pereira couldn't get the finish on target. Otherwise, it'd have been 2-1 and Fulham were back in it. Well worked. I read what they were doing there, but I just... Oh, hello. Who's making the mistakes at the back now? I read what they were doing, but I couldn't quite get to it quickly enough. Jesus back here to Ødegaard. Forward into Tielemans, who's holding off the attentions of Pereira well. Martinelli is there. You can see Ødegaard's looking to make the run, but Mbabu's intercepted that nicely. Will hold, or look to hold at least, the 2-0 lead until half-time. It's opened up here. In there to Martinelli. Ødegaard is a little bit tired here, but we'll lift that, looking to assist, and Anthony Robinson does well. Saka challenged for that. I'm going to try and get there. Oh, but don't. With Saliba, I thought he would have the pace to get to that. Zinchenko. Saka just losing out on it, winning it back again well, though. Love that. Ødegaard looked to spin his man, and you can see the run of Martinelli, and he's in. Keeper's going to come. We'll look to lift it over him, which we do, but lift it over the bar as well. I need a little bit of a defter dink there. He got a little bit too much on it. I had to make sure it went over the keeper, though. It's opened up there a little bit for Harrison Reed. What a stop. Don't know what Tomiyasu was doing marking-wise. Didn't come across to try and mark that at all. Ødegaard off, Fabio Vieira on. Fulham looking to get themselves back in it. We might need to make a couple more changes a little bit later on, just to ensure that we hold on to whatever advantage we have at that given moment. Right now, it's still 2-0, but that might change, especially if passing is going to be that bad. That wasn't even remotely close to either player that was forward there. Can Saliba win that header? No. Mitrovic dominant in the air as you would expect. Imagine that's... it's one back for Brighton, actually, who just gave Liverpool a very good game in real life this past weekend. He's nutmegged him there. Unbelievable. I went for the tackle, and he's just rolled it through his legs as he's gone for it. Mitrovic. Around the corner nicely. Harrison Reed looking to tuck it back. You can see it coming. You just can't get the players to intercept. Fulham are back in the game. As soon as Harrison Reed was played in here, you knew it was coming to Vinicius, so I tried to mark the gap with Gabriel, which quite simply couldn't get there quickly enough. It's 2-1. 13 minutes to hold on to what we've got, which we should be able to do. Yeah, we brought the right back on to make his debut. Here he is, getting his first appearance for the club. We'll go through that gap with a pass. And with 3 minutes added on, there's enough to actually need to hold on to the ball for a little bit here, just to make sure we don't get caught out with the counter-attack. But Marquinhos has the fresh legs and the pace to get all the way around the outside of Mbabu there. And that's not a bad delivery at all. And that'll be game, though, as time ticks over the 93rd minute. The referee should and does bring a close to proceedings. Arsenal 2, Fulham 1. Comfortable game in the end, but gifted 2 goals by Fulham. Absolutely, well and truly, no denying that. 3 points will do nicely, though. Chelsea win, which is not great for us, although I think they might have just beaten Leicester, which is good for us. I just have to double check that. My brain might have been playing tricks on me there. Zinchenko's not necessarily struggling for form. I haven't necessarily noticed a dip in his form personally, but maybe there's something in the details that I'm not necessarily picking up. I'm quite happy with the way that we're playing at the minute. Can't always rely on our strikers, and we got a goal from 2 wingers today. Gabi Jesus does score a lot for us, but it's nice to get some goals from elsewhere as well. Some youth scout reports. That's Real Madrid's bid that we've obviously rejected. So if there's nothing else to show you, then join me in the FA Cup against Birmingham City. Bye! 6 months out on loan will do him the world of good. Hopefully the same can be said for Eddie Nketiah as well. And we'll get some good growth out of him. Bye, Lucas Stacey. He's gone to Trabzonspor for 6 months. So off to Turkey. Birmingham might be the home side, but they're going defensive today. John Ruddy in goal for them. 5 at the back and a defensive midfielder. You've got Maxime Collin and right back. Mark Roberts, Austin Trusty, who's on loan from us. Dion Sanderson and George Friend at the back. Christian Bielik in CDM with Jordan James and Juninho Bacuna in the midfield, with Troy Deeney and Scott Hogan up top on their own. It's one of the, if not the, most defensive lineups I think I've ever come up against. You see the amount of changes we've made here with White, Sambi, Xhaka, Marquinhos, Vieira, Smith Rowe, Gusto, all into the starting lineup now. But certainly this side is strong enough to get victory here against Birmingham and send us through to the next round of the FA Cup. A competition that we would very much like to win here at Arsenal. Sambi. Fabio Vieira through the gap. Here's Marquinhos. It's on his favoured left. It's 1-0 Arsenal. And that was candy from a baby. Simple goal, that one. Arsenal 1, Birmingham 0. Marquinhos might be lowly rated, but is very effective. They are a championship side, Birmingham. I don't know whether they're a top half championship side or a bottom half championship side, though. I would initially presume, given my experience of Birmingham City in my lifetime, that Birmingham are a top half championship side. But it doesn't matter if you're top or bottom half. That's Premier League quality. John Ruddy is aging now, in fairness to him, and that was hit so hard that I don't think he's got the reactions to even try and keep that out. Gabriel Jesus on the run and just puts his foot right through it. Nothing the keeper could do about that one. This is going to be through to the next round of the FA Cup at a canter. Here's Jordan James into Bielik. You'd have thought a defensive setup like this would have been a bit more solid. He's onside here, Colin. Into Troy Deeney. Good footwork from the aging striker. Experienced striker is probably the best way to phrase it, or kindest way to phrase it, isn't it? That was me trying to squeeze it through a gap that was ever closing, and it was foolish to try and do so. Here's Scott Hogan. Feeds his man on the right-hand side, but that's simple for Gusto to cut out. Try and get him a clean sheet on debut if we can, or full debut if we can. Obviously, came off the bench in the last game to have a part to play in the final few moments. We have bossed possession. We've bossed the scoreline. And we are bossing this overall tie. Jesus around the corner to Smith Rowe. We'll look to tuck it back through there looking for Sambi. And it was nearly a third. We'll try and do something from the corner instead, landing on top of the net, which is apparently very springy. We'll chip this one into the middle with Fabio Vieira, loft it up, and up goes Smith Rowe and Xhaka. And it's Bacuna that gets rid of it. Marquinhos underneath. Lovely touch. Well, simple for Jesus to bring that under control, and somehow he's made it past the defender there. Don't really know how, but we lead by 3. They've got 5 defenders and a CDM, but they cannot defend Birmingham City. Hopefully Malo Gusto can continue to play well down this right-hand side. He's going to have to. If we're to stop Birmingham here in this one. That's found Hogan. Sambi's in the way, but it's fallen free to Hogan again. Bielik with the chance. Set back there to Jordan James. Bielik, Hogan, simple for the keeper. Don't let them have a corner. Never mind, they'll have a corner. Gusto tried his best to keep it in. Bakuna with the ball in, and Nelson with a header away. They're trying, Birmingham. I'll give them their credit. They have been better in this second half, he says. But they're still not going to get themselves through to the next round of the FA Cup. I shouldn't have played that pass. I get away with it. And look at the space on the far side for Emil Smith-Rowe, who'll just knock this back inside. And again, Fabio Vieira. There's a fourth. The game is most certainly dead now. FA Cup 5th round incoming. This will fall for Yuri Tielemans. It won't need to fall for Yuri Tielemans. 4-0, final whistle. Simplest game of the season so far, I think, to be completely honest. Very, very straightforward. Ta very much, Birmingham. I don't think I need to go to a press conference after that. Crystal Palace have taken Sunderland have taken Crystal Palace, should I say, the other way around, to a replay. Market value between 27.5 million and 50. Get out of it. Gabby Martinelli ain't going nowhere. They've got Sané, they've got Kingsley Coman. They don't need a third choice Gabby Martinelli. I'm sorry, Gabby wouldn't go. Right, moving forward, I now need to make sure that I go and get So in, who we failed to bring in last time around, and I really do need that backup striker now too. They've got Sané, they've got Coman, they've got Mane, they've got Sané, Coman, Mane, Serge Gnabry. They don't need an 81 rated Gabby Martinelli. Now, I can't recall off the top of my head what figure we agreed last time, but I think it was undervaluation, wasn't it? It was about 21, 22 million, I think. Continually, they want Marquinhos. Might have been a little bit more. Let's try 24 here. I mean, I could easily just stop and go and look at the video, but never mind. We've agreed a £24 million bid, and let's offer him a decent contract this time. He's only got 1 year left, I think, on his contract, which he does. 31,000. I think I offered him 45 before, and he just walked away and said that was absolutely unacceptable. So, gonna have to up it to, like, I was hoping they'd just negotiate, even if it was not necessarily what they were after. They might even give me an idea of what they want now. They haven't. Ball's back in my court again. Okay. Well, how about 57,000 and a signing on fee of £1 million? How's that? At least negotiate with me if it's not necessarily what you were after. Okay, they'll take that. Plus an appearance bonus of 540 grand. That still needs work, because that appearance bonus will come out immediately, even before he's made 5 appearances. So there's certainly some work that needs to be done with the financial model. My guy's hair there is effervescent and glowing beautifully. Angelic almost there. And coming into the club now with a brand new cutscene. I think we saw this one with Tielemans as well, didn't we? Although it's slightly different to the one that we had. But certainly a moment. Oh no, my guy's coming in on his phone again. Never mind. So we'll come in and he'll... Well, he's already taken his medical, but obviously we'll sign him up, whack him into the team. Good depth there now. I do want to make sure I get that second striker in sooner rather than later, although I am waiting on one final scout report on an extra player that I've just started to look at. Now, what do they reckon? Surely 24 million for an 81 rated player that can only grow is going to be a decent deal, isn't it? I should get at least a B for this, if not an A, really. Good squad player. It's not giving me no... F! Asking price 26 million. Transfer sum 24. He reckons I could have saved 8.1 million. You genuinely think I could have gotten him for 16 million when his market value was 26? Alright, game. If you say so. Decision has been made with regards to backup striker. Marcus Thuram is going to give me an entirely different option as a man through the middle up top. 79 rated, so good enough to make the impact, but at the same time not so good so as that he expects to start every game, which is perfect for what we want, really. Can play out wide as well, so I think that's adds a little bit of versatility to him. We just need to agree a fee. I don't want to pay too much, really. I might just offer like 19 and see if they'll negotiate from there. You want Tipper or Sal? He signed less than a week ago, mate. So guess what? You ain't getting him. I mean, I admire the balls to come in here and be like, can I have that guy you just got? Instead. 22. I said, I'll give you 22. And they said, give me 22.1. I tell you what, I admire the shithousery. Fair play. You can have 22.1. Oh, it's almost as bad as Arsenal's 40 million and £1 for Luis Suarez all those years ago, isn't it? What's he currently on a week? 30 grand. And he's going to come in as a backup, and I think he should accept a rotation role as well, which would be impressive. And it's exactly what we need. 3 years suits perfectly, thank you. If you want anything under 50 grand, you can have it. Or 60 might be a little bit pushy. I'll say 50 with the bonuses and appearances that you wanted. No, you're getting a little bit pushy again. Look, okay, how about 53 plus the bonuses, etc. Fine. Marcus Thuram is going to come in from Borussia Mönchengladbach. We have our fourth signing, actually. Tielemans, Sal, Gusto, and now Marcus Thuram. 4 new players in at Arsenal in this January transfer window. There's not much needs tweaking with this squad now, really. When we get some players back in the summer, we can make a decision as to whether players like Ainsley Maitland-Niles move on or whether we keep them as a squad player. But they're certainly not going to be anywhere near our starting lineup. And those that are in the starting lineup and on the fringes, like Thuram, like Sal, they're going to just grow and keep up with the rest of the squad. So I think, actually, we're in a decent position here. It's going to give me a C for that one. I'll take it. I'll take a C for that. Good price. I could have saved 3.3 million apparently. Not a problem. I think that transfer negotiation thing needs a little bit of tweaking. Now, because Sal has just come in, I don't know where it's Jibril Sal, Jibril So. Sambi Lakonga is going to be the man that drops off the bench here, I think, unfortunately for him, into the reserves. And we will move Marcus Thuram into that backup striker role. Gabby Jesus 85 now, Saka 85, Ødegaard 86, Martinelli 81, Gabriel 84. Zinchenko changed to 81 when we changed his position. He's now 82. Tierney's up to 84. Saliba's 82. Tomiyasu 82. Ramsdale's 84. That's looking like a Champions League level starting 11, isn't it? Not necessarily a Champions League winning starting 11, but certainly getting there. And considering we've only been in the save 6 to 7 months, we've seen a lot of growth already. Hopefully, our league position can grow moving forward. And if we win, it will do. We'll be back 4th because this is our game in hand. Leeds have arrived at the Emirates. It's Meslier in goal. Christensen, Diego Llorente, Robin Koch and Junior Firpo. Tyler Adams and Stuart Dallas in the midfield with Jack Harrison on the right. Luis Sinistera the left, Rodrigo at cam, and Patrick Bamford up top. Options on the bench are not spectacular. So is into the starting lineup to get his debut, the day of signing. We got the paperwork through and had him registered in time. And here we go. A win will send us back into the top 4, which would be a great way to end the month. 4 new signings and being in the top 4 in the Premier League through to the next round of the FA Cup as well. It's been a very, very good window as far as I'm concerned, and a spectacular month of January. Ødegaard, I need the overlapping run on the outside, which Tomiyasu is not making, but to be fair, I do have him set to stay back whilst attacking. Lovely tackle by Saliba. So quickly to Jesus. Bukayo Saka is out wide here. Saka cut back and lift it, and Gabby tried something very spectacular there, but it didn't quite come off. He can be quite nippy in a straight line, apparently. I didn't realise he was that fast, IRL. Bukayo Saka passing that through to Gabby Jesus. Defenders nowhere to be seen. Meslier makes the save as the defenders let him down, really. We'll float this in. And Saliba's trying to make the run on it, but he's not going to get there. You can see So on the edge of the box calling for it. He might get it here. He has done. Well, go on then. How's your shooting? Not great, but it wasn't a bad effort. Gabriel forward into So. Tierney loves it. Absolutely loves getting forward. Gabby Jesus. Bukayo Saka, first time, should finish. Perhaps I had the time and space there to take a touch, settle myself and make sure he took it with his left. But a player of Bukayo Saka's ability should be finishing that first time. Into Ødegaard. Out of his feet. Looks to whip it. Hits Diogo Llorente. We're trying to get this first goal advantage. But it's not coming yet. Ødegaard's in. Oh, got caught there. And the referee points to the spot. The first penalty of this entire save, I think. I'm pretty sure I haven't yet nailed down penalties with this new mechanic either, but definitely a foul. Now, Bukayo Saka takes their pens, I believe, in real life. Do correct me if I'm wrong. I think B takes them. So we'll give him the pen, and we'll try and go into the top right-hand corner if we can. Bukayo Saka buries it. Side netting. 1-0 Arsenal. Harrison driving down the line. Nice interception by Gabriel. Rock solid at the back. Our Brazilian continuing to impress. That's why Real Madrid were interested, but they wouldn't stump up the cash. I'm sorry, mid-season, I'm not going to let my best centre-back go. Not necessarily on the cheap, but not even for market value or slightly above. You're going to need to pay through the odds, or above the odds even. Through the teeth for it. Saka will try and get back on his left, and then look to bend it. That's better, Bukayo. Where's that been all season? Martin Odegaard shoves him to the ground to celebrate. We have ourselves a second goal, and a celebration to go with it as well. Yep. Bukayo Saka makes it 2. 1 from the spot, 1 from open play, turns nicely, and then bends it on his left foot really well into the far corner. Good goal, that. And I want that more often from Bukayo Saka. I mean, talk about bossing the game. 7 shots to their 0. Not necessarily had a lot of the ball. 54% isn't dominating it. Leeds just aren't scoring or even shooting. You don't score without shooting. At the risk of sounding like Michael Owen. Firpo with the throw into Tyler Adams. Back to Junior Firpo. Sinistera. And Junior Firpo again. So they have had some good possession play, Leeds. They're just not getting themselves in a position where they can shoot. And as such, it's relatively simple for us defensively. We just have to be patient, not lunge into any tackles, and eventually either they'll make a mistake or just we'll win it back. Oh, that's poor from Martinelli. Got to be better in that scenario. That could have been 3 and really finished things off. Option out wide here for Bamford is Jack Harrison. No Rafinha on the right for Leeds anymore, of course. He's at Barcelona now. Much as they'd love to have him still at Ellen Road. Gabby Jesus looking to get away. Defenders coming, saw shoot early, and Meslier forced into the save. Decent effort, though. Was moving away from the keeper. Let's try and get this about the penalty spot if we can. Oh, I still haven't figured out corners, I tell you. Still not figured them out at all. Martinelli will nod this down. Oh, I say nod. Late in front of So. Gabriel. Tielemans. Tomiyasu. Give that to B. I was meant to go to So after B, but never mind. Back to Tielemans and possession lost. Leeds countering. 20 minutes to go. Again, comfortable, just like the Fulham game, but if they pull one back... I mean, if he's seen the keeper off his line, fair play. But you are not David Beckham or Wayne Rooney, mate. That's not happening. Martinelli. Odegaard is there. Bukayo Saka at the back post on a hat-trick. Is about to come off. Saka. As are a number of others. Is that a free kick for me or a free kick for them? I think it's a free kick for them. Tielemans looked like he was apologising there for handling. No, it is a free kick for me. Okay. I don't know what he was apologising for then. He does have the best free kick of anyone in my team right now. So, Yuri Tielemans to try and make it 3-0. 2.5 bars of power. Hopefully over and the wall. And oh! Ho, ho! Not far wide at all. Free kicks are really good this year. I love the new set piece mechanics. They work really well. Just haven't quite nailed the corners yet. But free kicks I'm loving so far. Into Tielemans. Oh, there's final whistle. Didn't even realise we were that late in the game. A straightforward 2-0 win against Leeds as well. In good form today. Disappointed not to have kept 3 straight clean sheets, but Fulham played well enough to deserve a goal. And, well, Leeds certainly didn't. So that's us back into the top 4. Now then, time for our first transfer deadline day of this entire save. We have had one in the My Player thus far. Was it the My Player? Yeah, we had the opening transfer window in the My Player in the summer, but I didn't disable it. They keep saying that Odegaard and Zinchenko aren't playing very well, but I'm not seeing that. Odegaard was one of the best players in the team at the beginning of the season. Yes, he hasn't been scoring as many recently, but he's still been very much involved in the play. And at 86, I think, is my highest rated player. Yeah, he is. We've got a couple of 85s, Gabby, Tielemans, Saka. But He's our, on paper, best player. Gabriel transfer bid from Villarreal this time. No, I'm sorry. And Leipzig are in for Saka as well. But that is also going to be a firm no, mate. Let's see what happens on transfer deadline day. I'm not looking to do anything else at this stage. We've made all of the signings that we think we want to make. Just quickly simulate training. I'm curious actually to see who we get in the next round of the FA Cup. I wonder if that's been drawn yet. I don't think so. I don't think I've had an email, have I, to say that it's tournament prize money has been awarded. We are back in Europa League action, however, tomorrow with Inter Milan. It'll be intriguing, but we end the January transfer window here and now. Then got a decent amount of money still left in the bank. We're not going to look to do anything. Alphonso Davies, Bayern to City, is a latest deal and the biggest deal of the window so far. In fact, the latest deals are the 3 biggest. Ismail Benasser, 37.5 to Tottenham. And Brennan Johnson has been sold by Nottingham Forest to Marseille. Now that's a surprising one. You can see latest rumours on the left-hand side. Whether they actually go through or not, we'll wait and see. But nothing major yet. Fred to Milan is a rumour. There's no overall total this year, I've noticed. So you can't see exactly how much is being spent on deadline day. So unless something actually pops up in front of you, you're not sure if any big deals have gone through. Luis Muriel has come to Chelsea. He's in the Premier League now. 31 years of age, though. Transfer fees do seem to be a lot lower. Sambi Lakonga on loan? No, mate. Transfer fees, in my experience, thus far in this save, do seem to be a little bit lower. We're not seeing any like 100 pluses even in the first season. Who knows? When we get further in, they might grow a bit. But Evan Nielsen gone to Bayern Munich now. Kieran Tierney, Juventus have come in for Kieran Tierney. Now Juventus aren't as good as they used to be, and Kieran Tierney is my number 1 left back. So Kieran Tierney will stay. Thank you very much. We're quite happy to get rid of that. A rumour of Jordi Alba to Barcelona. Rob Holding, Athletic Club to Bilbao have come in with 12.1 million for Rob Holding. Now that is a deal I am willing to negotiate on. I've not used Rob Holding at all. And if I can get more than 14 for him, I think I'm happy enough to let Rob Holding go. I'm sorry, Rob. But you are a fantastic squad player in real life for Arsenal. But on FIFA, you're just not the one. You're just not the one. Tension is already almost halfway after that first bid, and it's really risen now. 12.7. I'll accept it. I don't want to risk not getting it. Rob Holding's not going to play for me. He's going to go out the door. We have plenty of people capable enough of filling that centre-back role, especially considering Tomiyasu can play at centre-back as well. Cameron Archer's gone out on loan. That Evan Nielsen deal is now actually the second biggest of the window so far. Yunus Musa from Valencia to Brighton to bring him to the Premier League. Dominic Szoboszlai in a big deal, 49.2 million to Frankfurt. Marquinhos loan with an option of buying for Marquinhos, no. And Bukayo Saka, it's now Leverkusen have offered me Adam Hlojek and £28 million. Again, firm no. A lot of these Arsenal youngsters, players that we're quite frankly going to be just batting away bids for unless they come from anyone that is spectacular. In the end, look, Jordi Alba has left Barcelona, but not to Manchester City. Chelsea want Bukayo Saka now. No, go away. Jordi Alba, we noticed earlier, was rumoured on the left-hand side to go to City. He has gone to Paris Saint-Germain. Otavio now for £34.9 million is another big one. Chukwueze has gone to Ajax from Villarreal as well. We'll advance one more hour. Maxime Lopez rumoured to be going to Leeds. But Gonzalo Ramos has now left Benfica as well. And this is Rob Holding on his way. Sorry, Rob. I know you're, like we say, a really key player at Arsenal in real life. And I did enjoy watching him in the All or Nothing series on Amazon Prime. And he kind of knows his role as well, doesn't he? He admitted that in the All or Nothing. He's like, I know I'm not first team. I know I'm a squad player. But I do my bit for the club and the team when I can, when I'm involved, when I'm asked to. It just so happens that I haven't really asked him to in this save. He's played one Carabao Cup game and that's it. I've gotten an F because apparently I could have got £100,000 more. I think that really does need a tweak, doesn't it? I'll send a picture of that to the devs and hopefully they can look into it and maybe adjust it slightly in a patch in the future. Gonçalo Ramos, player of Nottingham Forest fame on FIFA 22, has gone to Lille from Benfica. Any other big ones on deadline day in the last hour? No, we have had a bid for Smith Rowe from Sevilla, which we will be rejecting. And Rob Holding is gone. That's not a problem. That is transfer deadline day, done and dusted. And I don't think we'll be getting... Are we going to get the old... No, we're not. Normally, on previous FIFAs, you'd end deadline day, and then on the very next day, someone would come in and bid for one of your players. But they actually aren't doing that. 73 to 94 intrigues me with Andoni Aguiar. But a number of these youngsters, even though they have great potential windows, are so low to start off with. It's going to take them 7 or 8 years to even reach the bottom end of their potential. I had one earlier on that you haven't seen that had potential of 75 to 92 or something like that, but it was 46 rated. Needed to grow 30 ratings to even reach the bottom end of his potential window. It's just going to take 10 years, isn't it? So it's just not going to happen. Where are you? Aguiar, here we go. Are you better in a different position? Maybe as a CDM? 5'9", he's not really rock solid, but he's not really got the pace, has he, to be a fullback? Certainly a wing back. Let's try him at CDM. 4 weeks it'll take. Maybe it'll affect his overall, but maybe it won't. Calderon and Rodriguez are currently our best 2 youngsters that we have here at the club, outside of, obviously, the 2 that we've called up to the first team and sent out on loan. But I think the team is in a good spot right now. We've got not great depth at the minute, but when we get players that are out on loan and growing, when they come back next year, we will have great depth. And we can improve on that further still. But for the time being, I have to say I'm pleased with that first half of the season, if you consider the end of the January transfer window halfway. Certainly past halfway in the league, and only a point of Spurs in 3rd. However, continually, the top 2, it's a long way to them, isn't it? 11 points from us, 10 points from 3rd, 2-horse race. Winning a title in the Premier League is going to be a challenge, certainly. But, hopefully, one that we can rise to in Season 2. At this stage, like I say, I am thinking, almost certainly, that I will do a Season 2. Still waiting for the replays to be played. Fulham beat Middlesbrough, Wycombe beat QPR, which is a turn up for the books. We'll wait and see who we get drawn against. An easy one, hopefully. But for now, very happy with where we are. And hopefully, we can progress in the Europa League in tomorrow's episode as well, with Inter Milan on the horizon. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on more, with the notification bell ticked as well. And you definitely won't miss any more. There'll be a My Player later on today as well, and that's certainly worth your watch too. I think, actually, the one that you'll see today is by far and away... no, I think it's Mondays. Tomorrow's is the one not to miss. Today's, you can miss if you want, but I'd love it if you watched it. Thank you very much, lads. Don't miss tomorrow's My Player. Don't miss tomorrow's Arsenal. I'll see you then.